Namco and Atari were almost one and the same. In an effort to stop hemorrhaging money, Atari sold its Japanese division to Namco for about $500,000 in the 1970s. But you would have thought that both companies might have then developed a close working relationship. Well, obviously not, especially when you see this game. Winning Run was a 3D polygon game that was very much rooted in the same simulator vein as Atari's Hard Drivin, and in fact, both games were released so close to each other that it's almost inconceivable that the companies did not collaborate. Because if they did, they might have released one good game instead of two rubbish ones. Winning Run was actually the first of the two to be released, but Hard Drivin is the one most people remember, and that is interesting. I firmly believe people remember what they choose to remember. Let me explain. When I was a teenager, I worked for a large PC manufacturer in Scotland, an American company called Compaq, and my line manager told us all a story one morning in a daily meeting. He said when he was on holiday in Cyprus and was sitting in the hotel bar, a little drunk, he got chatting to another dude at the bar. During the conversation, the guy asked my manager what he done for a living, and he told him he was a manager at Compaq. And the next question from the dude was very telling. My manager told us that he thought he was going to say, Compaq, that's the company that shipped 1 million servers in under 5 years. Or Compaq, that's a massive employer for Scotland. Or Compaq, that's the youngest Fortune 500 company in history. No, he didn't ask any of those questions. The question he asked was, Compaq, that's the place that was involved in that porno ring, wasn't it? And while the accusation was overblown slightly, as all that happened was some employees used company email to share links to porn sites, my manager was taken aback. And he said that this is what people will associate this company with for years to come. So despite all their early achievements, all people will remember is that it employed a bunch of perverts. Anyway, getting back to the video, and I think people choose to remember Hard Drivin for two reasons. It split gaming audiences right down the middle. Hard Drivin was a bad game, it really was, but the experience of Hard Drivin was probably better than the experience of Winning Run. Hard Drivin was that little bit more relatable with its regular car use and normal kind of traffic as well. I never liked Hard Drivin, and while Winning Run is not a great game either, it was better than Hard Drivin, I thought. For a start, the visuals seem a lot better, and I think this game was able to shift way more polygons than Hard Drivin. And while both games kept that polygon simulator look and feel, Winning Run is a lot smoother and faster, which is key, really. I mean, who wants to play a game in a regular car? I wanted the escapism and the speed that Winning Run provides. I guess opting to go for an F1 car meant they had to make the game fast, but it seemed a more logical choice in my opinion. There is no way Namco had set out to design this game as a training experience, that's for sure. But unfortunately, this is where Winning Run goes downhill quicker than a dog turd on an icy path. The sound is terrible. I mean, god awful terrible. The sound of the engine sounds like one of the notes you get in a hearing test, and does absolutely nothing to convey the sense of power in the engine. The tyre screeches are pathetic, and there is no music to be found in the game. The atmosphere just is not there. The gameplay is actually not too bad for a racing game, but there is only one track on offer, and it is quite a challenge to get round the thing in first place, as your race has to be perfect. But once you master that one and only track, there is nothing to keep you coming back. You could play in technical mode, I suppose, but that just gives you more gears to play about with. I remember thinking the lack of tracks on this and Hard Drivin was a result of how much memory was required to move the polygons and stuff, and that the hardware had to be extremely powerful to handle it all. And it was, for the time. But to only contain one track in a game is an insult to gamers. And Winning Run was another of those games that lured in gamers with its fancy graphics, but offered very little else. The game was reasonably successful despite its rather heavy playability limitations, and Namco released a slightly enhanced version based on the Suzuka circuit called Winning Run Suzuka GP, and a sequel called Winning Run 91, both of which were only released in Japan. Thankfully. The reason I made a video about Winning Run was to help try and show the evolution of the polygon driving game, and the thing that this and Hard Drivin lacked was proper playability. Polygons were not really suited to arcade games and belonged more in the simulator environment. But that would all change years later when Sega decided to get in on the polygon bandwagon and showed that when done right, polygon games did indeed have a home in the arcades. But that is a video for another time. And that was my brief look back at Winning Run. If you like this video, then please do give me a sub and a thumbs up, or maybe even a comment or two below about your memories of Winning Run. And a massive thank you, as always, to all of those who have subscribed and commented on my channel. Your feedback and support really does go a long way in helping the channel grow, and I do appreciate all of you, so it's a massive thank you from me. And that's all from me, folks. Thanks for watching.